Hey everybody, today we're going to be installing our new slide floor system that is full width, full depth. I'm going to show you how to install it. I'm also going to show you how to install the drawer top so you can either have a 4-inch tall drawer or a 5-inch tall drawer in the back with full use, front to back, the whole space in the back end. So this is our Diabolical Bronco. It's already got our slipstream system in it. The drawer system works with it or as a standalone unit. Same thing with the slide floor. So I am going to pop the top up by just releasing the hooks like normal. Lifting the top up. I've already pulled the pins in my enclosure top. I'm going to fold it up against the rear speakers and put my prop rod down in so you can see the whole back end of the Bronco. First thing you're going to do for the installation is you're going to pop off your plastic covers over the D-rings, and you're going to remove on the two back D-rings the forward bolt of the two, and you're going to pull the rear bolt on the two forward D-rings. So we'll do some zoom in pictures, add that in so you can see that. But all I do is I take those D-ring bolts and the plastic covers, put them in a baggie, and I put them up in my little cubby up in the side, or you can put it in your floor storage because you will still have full access to your floor storage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the slide floor unit right now, and I am going to set it into place. It will just slide right in. So bring it in, set it down, and I am doing the video right now with the unpowder coated slide floor and drawer top, just so it's a little bit easier to see the parts. Instead of being all black powder coated, which is how they will ship. So what we're going to do is this slides right in, it slides in underneath, and it fits right down in perfect over your plastic right here on the sides and all the way in the back, and still leaves about 1.5 inches from the back of our slipstream enclosure rear wall panel. So I'm going to pop the slides open right now, and I'm going to put in the new bolts that we supply with the large washers. So we've got slotted holes in the bottom side frames so that you can put the longer bolts in. Just line it up and start it finger tight first so you can get both sides in. On the back side, and you can use a gun or a ratchet to put these in. It's an Allen head bolt. Just make sure you don't go all the way tight yet because we want to be able to adjust it. So I'm going about 80% down with it right now. And when you pull the tray all the way out, you reach in over the top and you put the bolts down in place. Again, don't go all the way tight. because you want to be able to make sure that it slides in and out easy. So what I do is I go in and out a couple of times just to make sure that there's no binding and that it's all sitting square, front to back, straight front to back versus angled. So once I feel good with that, I'll bring that out. And I'll set this down in place. So this is now set up. This is the full width slide floor. These are 400-pound slides, so you can put all your gear in here and it's going to hold it nice and tight. The other thing is you still have full access to your underneath storage. With a 400-pound slide, you don't have the ability to disconnect the slides like you do a medium duty one, but we wanted to go to the heavy duty so you could put more weight. It was stronger, it was built better. So what you do is when you pull this out, you'll notice that it hits right here. All you do is pull this bolt and this bolt out. Just this rear cover plate comes off, and then you have full access to your underneath. It clears your trap door and your floor opening up. So right now we're gonna leave that on. We're gonna slide this in. We're gonna lock it in place. You still have about 2 to 2.5 inches of clearance from your tailgate closing, so you can still put a trail table or other molly panels with gear and stuff like that on it, and you'll still have the room for the thickness of like the trail tables that go on the back of the tailgate. So from there, what we're gonna do is I'm going to show you how to put in the drawer top now. So right now this is a slide by itself. You can put virtually every type and size cooler, fridge, it all fits on this. It's strong enough for all of them. It's strong enough for, like I said, up to 400 pounds of gear. We've tested it with putting a 285-pound person on this and opening up the drawer. Okay, so now we're going to put the drawer top on. This is 3 pieces that all bolt together that creates a drawer unit with your slide floor. This is the shorter, there's 2 sidewalls. One's short, one's long. The short one goes on the driver's side. You'll see that it matches up with the length of our floor bracket. Here you can see this one lines up right here with the side bracket on the passenger side. What we've done is we've made it to where you can have 2 options on your drawer height. So there's 2 levels of PEM nuts pressed into the metal already. The lower setting, the 4-inch setting, we did that so that you have the ability, when you put your rear seats down, it almost flattens out the whole back. So if you want to sleep in the back or you want to put long stuff in and you need it to be pretty level, you can do that. Then if you want just a little bit more height, you put it on the taller setting, which is the bottom hole. That's what I'm going to do right now. That gives you 5 inches of clearance underneath the drawer for all different types of gear, gear bags, pretty much whatever you need to put in there to keep safe and secure, tools, that kind of stuff. And then in the higher setting, you still have 13 inches to the bottom of the slipstream folding top to the drawer top. If you're on the lower setting, you have 14 inches. It's a lot of space. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this. You'll see that there's 3 corresponding holes in your side frames. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take our 1/4-20 Allen head bolts and I'm going to line up the middle one just to get that started. So I'm going to lean in. I'll be in the way for just a second. We'll show you another view of this. It does take a little bit to get the holes to line up, but once it gets started, it's just easy. Spin it on with either a spinner or you can use a socket. You might have to open the tray up just to have access to the other holes. Spin that on, and then the same thing with the rear hole. I'm going to tighten that up, tighten the middle, tighten the rear, and then I'm going to do the same thing with the driver's side. What you're going to see here is you're going to see a flat bend. And on this flat bend, that allows our drawer top to come in, drop down, and then we have spinner nuts, spin handle nuts, that will go underneath it. You can reach in and put on those studs, and that will hold the top down and inaccessible from somebody getting in through the top to get into this. So you're going to have security with that. When your tailgate's closed and locked, they can't get in. Even if you're running doorless, windows down, somebody tries to put your seats down. If you don't have the slipstream system, you just have a drawer system, if they put the seats down, they still can't get into the drawer unit. So all your stuff is still safe. So this is nice and solid right here. I'm going to pull our little pin structure here. Get these out of the way. This is a little bungee cord that we use just to keep our pins from moving. So now I'm going to do the driver's side. Again, I'm going to set it at the lower setting so we have a taller drawer. So I'm going to grab the Allen wrench, set this down, line up a hole in the middle. You can start from the end, whatever's easier for you. Got that started. Got the rear. Now going to the front. So when this is all set into place and you have your drawer squared up front to back, side to side, it's a little tighter on this side than the other. That's okay. We're going to supply 2-inch foam, so you can put foam down on the top of this so it takes away the potential for any noise, metal on metal. And we're also going to supply a peel and stick rubber bulb seal that right here where you've got about a finger width gap, you can actually peel and stick that rubber seal here so it's nice and enclosed front to back so nothing will fall down on the sides of your drawer unit. So now that that's in place, I'm going to grab the drawer top and we're going to just set it right into place. The pins, if you have them, I would recommend putting them all the way down or up just so they're out of the way. This one actually got in a little bit too far. So I'm going to just disconnect it and put the pin back in from the top so it's out of the way. And these are just pull clips just like you have on a Reese hitch or something like that. It's just a pin clip over the top of the main pin body. So I'm going to get this out of the way. We'll show you a little bit more of the drawer top here. This is all aluminum. You can see we've got PEM studs for where it sits on the sidewalls where the spinner nuts go. And then we also have PEM studs with nuts and washers for our cross beams. The cross beams add rigidity to your system, so you can put a lot of weight still on top of this without bowing the metal, so it stays a nice flat floor. So I'm going to grab it like this, and I'm going to come in over the top of my hinge just so I'm not scratching the metal, and I'm just going to push it in and drop it down into place. And you can see that this comes all the way, matches the tray. You can pull it back so it's over the edge. If you need a little bit more room for stuff on your tailgate, you can push it forward just a little bit, gain about another inch. So that way, if you've got bags or something that's potentially hitting this, you can move it forward. I'm going to pull it back. That allows us to fold our wall completely to get a flat floor in this position, working with our slipstream system. So now I'm just going to grab the spinner nuts. There's 4 of them, and all you do is right here and here on both sides, I'm going to actually just reach underneath, and you can just spin these on. If you need to open the tray a little bit for your arm, you can. It's down and tight. I'm going to do the other side. Once you do it a few times, it gets pretty easy, actually. It's nice that they spin on. They're going to be snug. Do the forward one. And if you noticed, on the wall, on the drawer top panel, the front edge actually rolled over about 3 inches down. So there's not much but about a 2-inch opening below it to the bottom of the tray. That's all that somebody would be able to see in. They can't get their hand in to grab anything because you're probably going to have bigger stuff in there anyways. But this is what's going to keep everything nice and secure. So with this all down, now you've got a secure drawer. I'm going to show it with the slipstream top down on it. And you have safe and secure storage. And I'm going to close the tailgate. So now you have 2 different systems that work together that give you full access, full depth, full width of the whole back end of your Bronco. Allows you to use your vehicle any way that you want. So check us out on diabolicalink.com. This is our slide floor system with the accessory drawer top, and it works in conjunction with our slipstream enclosure system.